And 50 pounds. Let's welcome in first, Mihai Culai.
Mihai Culai, another returning vet of the Deuces Wild MMA, fought kickboxing at our debut show and put on a real barn burner. Very, very tough guy.
A guy who's fought a couple of times throughout the last few months.
Yeah, well, this is MMA. Yeah, so once again, the kickboxing fight's not going to win his record. So yeah, he's got two MMA fights as well.
With XFM in 2021.
Yep, that is correct. So, oh yeah, you're right.
So Culai looking to represent Hard Knocks 365. They've had a little bit of a mixed bag tonight. Sadu Jean-Baptiste kicking things off in the opening kickboxing bout with a victory. Andrew Pucatelier, unfortunately, taking a loss in bout number 2, and Travis Stanislaus in the third bout on the wrong end of the winner's circle. But here, looking right now, Mihai Culai looking to turn things around and end the night on a positive note.
Yeah, Mihai Culai, man, he's a high-pace, high-output fighter. Very, very fun to watch. Got a pretty good gas tank as well, so look forward to seeing him in the 3-minute rounds. See what he can do. A lot of power, good upper body grappling. They will see Landon Quinones in his corner.
Blake, a good portion of tonight's card has been kickboxing. Obviously, we're closing things out with a couple of MMA bouts. Both sports, both fights, they have 3 rounds, but one has 2 minutes, one has 3 minutes. How different is that last minute in each round?
Well, it's very, very different because it could be an entirely different, a different scenario. In a kickboxing round, you're punching and kicking, maybe kneeing for 2 minutes. You could be literally just squeezing and digging underhooks for 3 minutes in a MMA round, which is an entirely different cardio set. So if you take a great kickboxer who can go those 2 minutes, you can wilt him in 30 seconds in that kind of exchange. So it's not even, I mean, it's apples and oranges at that point, Chadwick.
So Culai is in the cage, and now we welcome
his opponent out of the red corner. Let's welcome Justin Lancaster.
Justin Lancaster, a guy that I know pretty well. 3
experienced amateur.
Yeah, 3-3. He's been with them for a while. He's definitely going to be the taller fighter. Well experienced, trains with a lot of good guys as well. That goes a long way. That's something that doesn't get mentioned a lot. The training partners, the looks you get. Now Mihai Culai is he's a thoroughbred. He's got a lot of power and a lot of good gas. He trains with Pops. He trains with Chuck Eisenbice on his boxing as well. So look forward to seeing what he's got in MMA against Justin Lancaster, who is a kind of a jack of all trades, not necessarily a specialist. I do expect him to look to be forcing the grappling though against Mihai Culai. Mihai Culai got a pretty good ground and pound game though. So, yeah, it could be totally different. And then the crazy thing is that when you look at that and you say, well, 3 2-minute rounds, that's 6 minutes. A pro MMA round is 5 minutes. So an amateur kickboxing fight is 5 minutes. So the difference between 3 minutes, yeah, the difference between a 3-minute and a 5-minute MMA round is much more dramatic than between a 3-minute MMA round and a 2-minute. That's because of the boxing. Those 2 minutes of different output are very, 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 very trying on your cardio.
It shows you how conditioned these guys are on the cardiovascular end. If you want to see that there, look at a title fight, 5 in a round. That's a marathon.
Yeah, and in the words of Chael Sonnen, I don't want to eat chocolate cake for 25 minutes. That's why I don't want to fight for 25 minutes. But then it's just like when you look at these guys that are doing these 3 2-minute rounds, but then they go pro boxing, they're looking at 10, 8, 10, 12, 3-minute rounds. So
as here comes Justin Lancaster, just taking a look at him, Blake, a significant height advantage over Mihai Culai.
Yeah, taller guy, leaner guy, and a little more well-rounded as well. I believe more of a, as I said, a jack of all trades style fighter. He can strike, he can grapple, you know.
And again, 4 more fights than Culai in his career in the MMA realm. Though Culai, of course, we know has some kickboxing experience, but Lancaster appears on paper to have the advantage.
Yeah, Lancaster has some kickboxing experience as well. And there we see, speaking of kickboxing, Luis Nazaro, you can see his arms there at the bottom of the screen, shaking hands, pointing around. Long time Muay Thai coach with American Top Team. Very kind of understated, unknown guy behind the scenes that has a lot of good technique to show people. So Justin Lancaster has been learning not just training with, but learning from Luis Osorio. It'll be very, very fun to see. Luis Osorio, of course, was Trent Boudreau's kickboxing coach. Remember Trent Boudreau? So, and several other guys as well. I know top prospect. He decided to put MMA on the back burner to join the United States Navy and serve his country. So, shout out to him taking a different fight in that. But yeah, as you saw from his kickboxing, very well kickboxing. That's a typical Luis Osorio product.
So Mihai Culai is in the cage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds at 155 pounds. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, this man walks in with a record of 1 victory, 1 defeat. His official weight, 153 pounds, representing the ACG and fighting out of Hallandale Beach, Florida. Here is Mihai Culai. And his opponent, out of the red corner, this man walks in with a record 3 victories, 3 defeats. His official weight, 153 pounds, representing ATT Lauderdale and fighting out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Here is Justin Lancaster. And when the action begins, the third man in the cage, Ray Ramos.
So Lancaster getting a nice ovation here. A lot of hometown fans coming, making the very short drive from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, down here to Dania Beach. Packed house here at the casino at Dania Beach inside stage 954, the second event here for Ring Rentals of South Florida. In this great venue, of course, our 5th annual toy drive, Deuces Wild 2, coming down here. Co-main event, let's get it started. Oh, and Lancaster goes for a high head kick right out of the gate.
Oh, no!
Back, and Culai finds an opening, and Lancaster taps. That is a wrap! Mihai Culai serving up on a plate, and he cashes it in.
Wow. Wow. Lead high kick, lost his balance, did not get a chance to feel bad about it here.
Look at this one. Lancaster wants to use that length right out of the gate. Goes for
landed it.
And he turns around. He finds an opening, and Lancaster, Culai, like a shark smelling blood and water, Blake, hops right on it, cinches in that rear naked, gets that arm underneath the chin, and that is a wrap. Justin Lancaster, unfortunately, he'll live to fight another day and have to learn from this mistake.
Yeah, he went out. He went out when he tapped. I recognize those eyes glassed over. He went out. But yeah, I mean that is not how you get up. That is Jiu-Jitsu 101. That is not how you get up. And a small mistake makes a big hole. And Mihai Culai takes quick advantage of it. Justin Lancaster unfortunately slides to the wrong side of 500 with that loss. But Mihai Culai, kudos to him. That choke was in there like swimwear, Chadwick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end at 9 seconds in the first round. For your winner, by way of a rear naked choke, Mihai Culai.
So 9 seconds is all it takes.
Did it take that long?
A few weeks ago, Daniel Morrison.
Once again, a very special thanks to our good friends at Knockout Fight Gear. Visit knockoutboxing.us.